What's up, you guys? It's your girl Angela and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we're gonna be baking some Christmas cookies, but not just any Christmas cookies, okay? We're gonna be baking Santa's trash cookies, which I thought was very on brand for me because there's so many people out there that find me extremely sweet. This was a very highly requested video when I asked you guys what you want to see for Vlogmas. Y'all wanted to bake with me. Now, I'm not a cooker, I'm not a baker, I'm not a griller. I try to stay out of the kitchen as much as possible because frankly, I don't know what I'm doing. So this should be very interesting considering not only will we be baking, we're also going to be chit-chatting, venting, talking about some stuff. So I'm gonna be multitasking. So now that I'm thinking about it, this probably isn't a good idea. But anyway, let's get into it. So first things first, I'm not even going to pretend like this is my recipe. I'm not trying to plagiarize anyone's hard work. So I'm going to link the recipe down below, which I'm getting from Baking Chocolate Test. I believe that's how you say it. And all the ingredients are listed, measurements, all of that. So we're not really gonna get into any of that in this video because it's all on the website, but I will be mentioning like substitutions for stuff that I couldn't find in the store because there's just a lot of things in these cookies. Like we have some saltiness, we have some sweet, we literally have potato chips in these cookies. So I'm kind of terrified, but also really excited. So let's get into it. My oven is already preheating to 350 degrees. Let me make sure that's the right temperature. First and foremost, I'm not trying to burn these cookies. Okay. One thing I don't like about recipes online is like you have to scroll way to the bottom to get like an ingredients list and to like see the recipe. And I get it. There's all these like ads that they want you to see first. But okay, so first up, we're preheating the oven to 350 degrees and lining 2 baking sheets with parchment. Okay. So I think I have 2 baking sheets around here somewhere. Oh, this one's dirty. Whatever. I almost forgot to talk about what I'm wearing because I know you guys are gonna have questions. So I really wanted to wear a Christmas onesie. I don't have one and I didn't feel like buying one, so I'm just wearing this unicorn one from Fashion Nova, which is really cute. It's kind of big on me, I'm not gonna lie. So like the waist is like, and the back is giving very much Humpty Dumpty. Like it should be here and it's here, but we're all friends here, I don't care. This is what I wanted to wear for today's video, so this is what I'm wearing. I actually wanted to film this video on Friday. Mind you, it's Sunday now. Like I had it all set up and ready to go. And I was gonna kill 2 birds with 1 stone because, hold on, this is gonna be loud. Okay, so like I was saying, I was supposed to, or I wanted to film this video on Friday for Vlogmas day number 3. And I was gonna kill 2 birds with 1 stone because you guys wanted a baking video, and also my best friend was supposed to come over that night and she was very much so pregnant. Originally, she was due this coming Wednesday, but as you can probably tell by the way I'm saying she went into labor early. She actually went into labor on Friday, so I didn't get to see her, but then I was still gonna film this video anyway. But when I stood here to film, I could not focus because all I could think about was her. I was so worried about her. She was a high-risk pregnancy, and with COVID and stuff, like I couldn't be there in the hospital with her. Nobody in her family could. It's just her and her husband. So I was just like sitting around waiting by my phone for updates the entire night into yesterday. And that's why I didn't film it yesterday either. Like I literally was not in the right headspace to film. I was just worried about her. And then I finally got the photos around like, I think like 7 p.m. of my goddaughter, baby Emma. And so she's finally here. I'm so excited. But yeah, that's why my Vlogmas schedule is all messed up. But I really wasn't putting too much pressure on myself to get a video up every single day anyway, but I'm filming it now and that's all that matters. So anyway, all right, so I'm gonna move you guys to a different counter so you could actually see what I'm doing and I can talk to you guys at the same time. So let me do that and I'll be right back. God damn, shut up. Like, why do we need all that? Seriously, it's so annoying. Okay, so first I have to whisk together the flour, baking soda, and salt until combined, and then set aside. Okay, let me grab the flour. I'm pretty sure I have that. Better have that. Ooh. I should have pre-measured all of these. See, this is what I'm talking about. Like, I really don't know what I'm doing. They probably want this flour sifted, but ain't nobody got time for that. I know there's some baker out there that's looking at me like Girl, just pack it up. The thing is, I don't even pretend to know how to bake and cook anymore for guys. I literally tell them straight up. It's like one of the first things I say. Like, if you expect me to bake or cook or anything like that, you just leave now. I mean, we all have things that we're great at, and I find that Uber Eats is great at that. Okay, so next up we have... I didn't take my birth control yesterday. Oh my God. I didn't take it 2 days in a row. Oh my God, that's terrible. Anyway, okay, where's the baking soda? How much baking soda do we need? Baking soda. I got baking soda. Wait, I have to do my cover photo. What a mess. I hope my personal trainer doesn't see this, because he's gonna be very disappointed in me. If you guys didn't know, I've been training to be the hottest ex-girlfriend ever. I got so many DMs about what I'm training for. I'm boxing and I'm doing weights. And I have a personal trainer that I see twice a week. And if he sees this, you won't like it. But that's what the block button is for. Or the restrict. Is it the restrict? Or you can block somebody from your story only. He doesn't need to see this. What he doesn't know won't hurt him. I didn't put out the butter. It's supposed to be room temperature butter. I knew I was forgetting something. Whatever. We're gonna make it work. I had like the full intention of taking out the butter, and it's 14 tablespoons. I'm dead as fuck. So if 8 and 8 is 16, so that's 2 less tablespoons. I had the full intention of like leaving the butter out while I was getting ready, and I completely forgot. This is what I'm talking about. Like, I have no business being in the kitchen. So we're gonna have to room temperature these ourselves. And I'm thinking like maybe 20 seconds in the microwave will do it. I don't know. Okay, let me room temperature these and then measure out the other ingredients I need with this, because I'm already getting flustered, and I will be right back. Okay, so we're still on the boring part. I am going to beat together the eggs and the sugars. I'm really like screwing up these measurements. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, that's good enough. Why does sugar do this? Okay, so we have to beat this with an electric mixer, so I'm gonna do that right now. Okay, yeah. I'm not even gonna try to move this mixer, so I'm just gonna take you guys to the mixer, because I have a feeling one day this thing is gonna chop my finger off, and I don't want it to be today. So let's mix. Wait, what? When do I put in the flour? Oh, okay. So now that the wet ingredients are done being blended, I added the egg. I'm supposed to add the dry ingredients. Shut up. To the wet until combined. Okay, cool. So that's easy. So let me move the camera again. Got way too ahead of myself. Thought that we were gonna start adding M&Ms and whatnot. We're not there yet. We're gonna add this Life Shield, so this doesn't get everywhere. Now we're gonna add the fun stuff. Damn, she thick. She thick. So we need crushed pretzels and crushed potato chips. We gotta do a taste test though to make sure they're good. I need 1/3 cup of crushed potato chips. I don't even know like how many handfuls that is. Maybe it's like this. Whatever. I'm letting out all my anger right now. Oh my God. Speaking of which, I got into a fight last night. Well, not like a real fight. I'm like, speaking of me being a boxer all of a sudden, I went to the club last night with Michelle. We go out like once a week. We do dinner. And then we normally like go out or do something after. Our plans changed like 50 times throughout the night. So we wound up at a club that she goes to pretty often. And like, it's a guaranteed good time. So we go. And immediately like when we're walking in, she goes, "Oh my God, Angela, it's your stalker." And I didn't put like 2 and 2 together at first. Like, it was really dark in there. And also like I'm old and blind. So yeah, that was enough. So I didn't see who she was talking about, and I kind of like brushed it off. And And then this guy starts following me around, and I turn around, and mind you, it's so dark. Like, I could barely see anything. And I'm like, Michelle, where do I know this guy from? And she goes, that's your stalker. That's that guy that follows you everywhere. And I'm like, ew, like, let's move. So we move, and we're like dipping and dodging this guy, and somehow he always winds up over my shoulder. Mind you, rewind. I met him last summer down the shore, completely different club. And, you know, he's definitely not my type. He's not somebody that I would ever go for. He's short. I think he's Italian, but his hairline was receding. Like, nobody on my Italian side of the family, like, has a hairline like that. And I don't know, like, not even trying to be like mean or, like, he's just not my type, right? But let me just stop. Not my type at all. So when I met him down the shore, he asked me for my number, and I'm like, I don't exchange numbers. Like, I don't feel comfortable doing that. But I'll give you my Instagram, like, and I'll take yours down as well. And so when I go to search for his Instagram, it's not coming up, and I'm like, why? Why is his name not coming up? I realized that I had him blocked. And I don't just be blocking people for no reason. Like, you either have to send me a dick pic, harass me constantly, or spam me, like something like that. That's when you'll get blocked, because normally I just restrict people. Like, if you follow me and you leave like a mean comment or something, why would I take that follow away from myself when I could just restrict you and let you talk to yourself in my comments and nobody else can see your comment? You know what I'm saying? So it takes a lot for me to block somebody, right? So I'm like, in that moment, like, I couldn't remember why I blocked him, because once I block somebody, I have like goldfish memory. Like, I forget almost instantly what happened. Out of sight, out of mind. You don't even exist to me no more. But I always trust why I blocked that person, because I just don't be blocking people. Anyway, so when I saw that, I was like, oh, like, I have you blocked. Like, why would I have you blocked? That's so weird, right? And he goes, oh, I have no idea. Like, I have no idea why you have me blocked. And he keeps trying to talk to me, and I'm like, no, like, there's a reason. It was nice meeting you, but I'm not interested. That was last summer, right? Since then, almost every time I go out, and I know that Jersey is small, like, don't get me wrong, but every time I go out, not only is he there, but I spit up a chip. He somehow winds up standing behind me like a weirdo the entire night. And that makes me feel uncomfortable. It makes me feel threatened. As a woman in today's society, it's just, you can never be too careful, right? So again, last night, he's following me around. He's coming up behind me, and I'm like dipping and dodging him the entire night. So then towards the end of the night, my ex comes up to me and my friend to say hello. Mind you, like, he was dipping and dodging me all night too. Like, it just gets to the point where he has to come up to me and say hi. But we're good now, like, we're good. Anyway, so he comes up to me, he's talking to me and my friend. And then this guy comes up behind me as I'm talking to my ex. So I'm standing next to my ex is on my left, he's on my right. And he goes, what nationality are you? I'm like, we've had this conversation before. He's like, really? I'm like, yeah. He's like, when? I'm like, when I met you for the first time and I had you blocked on Instagram and I told you that I'm not interested in carrying a conversation with you any longer. He goes, oh, no. You got the wrong, and then he said the N-word. And I was like, what? And he thought that I was saying what? Because I didn't hear him. I heard him clear as day. I was just so caught off guard that he was throwing around that N-word like he was black, and he clearly was not. Like you're giving very much cracker. I'm like, what? At that point, like, I could feel my blood boiling. He keeps on saying it over and over, and he must have said it like 10 times. I'm like, have a good night. Like, the first time I tell you to leave me alone, I'm very nice about it. Sorry, I'm gonna just say thank you, have a good night. It was nice talking to you. Second time, it's please, I'm trying to enjoy my night, thank you. Third time, it's get the fuck away from me, because now you're a nuisance, right? Michelle sees this happening, so she pulls me towards her and my ex. And this pissed off my stalker, So he starts like cackling, laughing, ha ha ha, you thought, ha 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 ha, like causing a scene. And my ignore game is very, very strong, right? So it doesn't faze me. Plus, like, my ex is standing right there. He's the main promoter at this club. Like, he's not gonna let shit happen, right? As this stalker gets his drink, he grabs napkins and throws them in my face. Like, and I don't care if you throw a grain of salt at me. If your intention is to be aggressive with me as a man, I'm going to assume any responsibility that comes with me throwing hands at you. And that's exactly what I'm gonna do, right? At that point, it's like whatever happens, happens. Like, got aggressive with me, I'm getting aggressive right back. So I lunge at him. I'm like, don't throw shit at me, whatever. My ex holds me back and he's like, I'll take care of it, don't worry. So I go, okay, please go take care of it because I feel really disrespected right now. I'm not trying to have problems, I'm trying to enjoy my night. He goes, don't worry, I got it. He walks away. Then I see my ex again. He comes up behind me. I'm like, well, what happened? Like, did you handle it? He's like, no, he's dancing with some ugly girl right now. I'm letting him do his thing. Cool, now matters are in my own hands. Me and Michelle had water bottles from the bar and now it's getting close to closing. So we're like, this motherfucker is gonna leave soon and we're gonna get his ass. Don't throw anything at me. So we go wait by the front because there's only one way to leave the club, is from the front. So we're standing there, right, waiting for him to pass us because we see him, but it's a small club. Like, we could see pretty much everyone where they're at. Like, so he's putting on his jacket and then he starts walking to the front with a girl. Why is this so like overexposed? Oh, maybe because I was so far back. So he starts walking to the front. There's a girl walking in front of him. I'm like, Michelle, I'm over it. I don't want to get this girl wet. I don't know her. I'm not trying to ruin her night. I don't know who she is, and she has nothing to do with this. I'm not trying to have an innocent victim in all of this. Like, forget it. I was like, I'm over it. She goes, but I'm not over it. So the girl kind of like walks away as this guy's walking out, and this guy sees me and Michelle standing there. He comes up to us and gives us like this look, and I just throw my water. She dumps her water on his head and he doesn't do anything. Like, he just looks at us and like goes like that with the water as if that did anything, and then proceeds to leave. Nothing happens to us. We don't get kicked out. The club is closing anyway. The lights are coming on. Like, we're about to head out regardless, but we were both worried that he would try to retaliate in some way when we walk outside. Because in the club, it's one thing, like, there's security, there's this and that. Once you get in the parking lot, it's a whole different story, right? So she goes, let me go first, right? She starts to walk outside. She goes, he's out there, he's waiting for us. I'm like, perfect. I peek my head through, and the entire time that we were waiting for him at the door, I was looking for my ex because he runs the club. So if we do anything, like, you know, I wanted him to be right there in case the guy retaliated. So I popped my head out the door and my ex is holding him back. Like, they're holding this guy back. And I'm like, perfect, now's my time to go. Like, he's not gonna do anything. So I walk outside with Michelle. There's like a barricade separating us. And he's like cussing, calling me a hoe, whatever. And my ex is holding him back. Then this guy like breaks free and lunges at me, like tries to go over the barricade. And then my ex grabs him and tosses him on the ground, like legs go up in the air and everything. It was so embarrassing. Like, I was so embarrassed for him. It was so bad. And like, he's talking all this shit, and I start to walk around the barricade in the direction that he's at, not to fight him, but because our car was behind him. So we start walking around the barricade. I'm talking shit, like, what the fuck are you gonna do now? I was talking to my ex. I was like, control your bitch, control your bitch. Yeah, so then we wound up getting like an escort from security who was laughing the entire time. And what this guy was yelling at me, he's like, you're just mad because I don't want you. And the security guards were looking at me like, is this guy serious? I'm like, by show of hands, who actually believes that's true? Like, your hairline was receding before I was even born, babe. So that was that. It was a night. My ex literally tossed somebody for me, which is great because I haven't had the best relationship with my exes. Him as well. We've kind of been like weird over the years, but he like proved his loyalty to me. So shout out to my ex. But my camera is about to overheat, so I am going to prep the rest of these ingredients, and when I mix them in, I will come back because clearly I can't multitask. But I just be talking, so please hold. Not this massive mess behind me. While my camera was cooling down, I measured out some of the final ingredients, which are the funnest ingredients. the chips and the pretzels, all of the chocolate, as well as the chocolate chips. Now, the recipe called for miniature Reese's. However, the Target that I went to only had like the regular mini ones, not like the baking mini ones, like the super mini ones. So I just crushed some of the mini ones up. And so I have no idea how that's gonna bake. But that's not the point of this video. The point of this video is to have fun and to experiment in the kitchen. We're not prepping for anything major right now, so if these come out like trash, who really cares? I mean, I kind of would care. Whatever, anyway, so we have to mix these in to the dough, I think. Let me triple check. OCD is really starting to get to me. Okay. Add in chips, pretzels, M&Ms, Reese's Cups, chocolate chips, and sprinkles and mix together. Okay. So that's just what we're gonna do. Okay. There goes the chips and the pretzels. The M&Ms, mine are red and green. The chocolate chips. Now you're probably supposed to do this like slowly, but nobody got time for that. And then the Reese's. And then the last thing is the sprinkles. Now I need a 1/4 cup, but all I could find for like holiday sprinkles in Target was this like little hodgepodge of sprinkles. So we're gonna mix a few of them together to get 1/4 cup. Okay, so we're gonna go, how much is that gonna get me? Damn, this is gonna take forever. Is there another way to open this? Notice how I'm not cleaning up as I go. Do as I say, not as I do. Okay, maybe can I like unscrew this? Like, why can't I take this off? Oh, so I guess we'll just stand here and make a mess. Do your thing, blender. Oh my god, it's about to come out of the... She's thick. She's thick. Now we're going to take the dough. I bought a cookie scoop for the occasion to make my life a little bit easier. And so they're all the same size so they cook evenly. So yeah, last night was very much so eventful. I had so much fun though. I always have a good time with Michelle. Like, that's one thing. I always have a good time with her. She's so much fun. She gets me, like, she doesn't judge me for any of the stupid stuff I do in my life, and she's just a very supportive friend. So that's a good thing. What else did I want to talk to you guys about? Oh my god, speaking of fighting, so like I said, I am working with a personal trainer. We're doing boxing and weights. And when I first posted footage of my very first session, like literally the first time I ever had gloves on in my life, one of these tea pages posted it and was like, Angela's showing off her boxing skills. And people were like, oh, clearly she still doesn't know how to fight. And I was like, oh my god, here we go again. This is my first day ever, and I'm already being judged for it. But the whole point of me putting that on my story was not to show how like big and bad I am. Oh, what did I just do? The point of me putting that on my story was to show that you have to start somewhere. So I wanted to show how bad I was. I mean, I'm not terrible. Let's be real. But I wanted to show like the progress of me training, and when you stick to something, how much you can improve over time. It was nothing, I wasn't trying to like advertise my boxing skills or anything like that. And I was also getting like DMs talking about like, are you training for the challenge? And then a few people mentioned Bad Girls Boxing or something like that. And I've addressed the challenge many times. I didn't feel the need to address that, but I thought the Bad Girls Boxing was an interesting thing to address because I would never in a million years do it. And it's for two reasons. I'm breaking away from, or I have been breaking away from the bad girl image that every bad girl has, and you either kind of just stick with it and you stay in it, or you move on and you do bigger and better things. Like for some girls, they're honestly like a one-hit wonder on Bad Girls Club, and then after that, it's like, that's it. Like they peaked at Bad Girls Club, and then after that, no. Yeah, I would never do Bad Girls Club anything ever again. Like, why would I do that? I've done so many more shows since then, and I just don't want to get put in that box. Again, frankly, I've grown out of it. But, and also, I wouldn't do boxing anything because I'm not trying to break my face. I responded to the DM that was like, please don't tell me you're doing that bootleg Bad Girls Club boxing. And I was like, absolutely not. And then like the Bad Girls Club boxing page, they just DM'd me like an hour ago saying, oh, like respectfully, please don't bash Bad Girls Boxing because we support, like they donate to charities or something like that, right? I was like, first of all, if you're taking me saying absolutely not to the heart, that is a personal problem because I never called you guys bootleg. The person that DM'd me did. And if you want to take it up with them, be my guest. But I never did. So that has literally nothing to do with me. Second, I would never do anything like this. Cause in their first DM, they were like, respectfully, we never asked you to do boxing. And I was like, I never fucking said that. Long story short, they wound up like being like, well, if you ever want to work with us, we're interested. It was just so stupid. Again, I have nothing to do with that. I don't want to be associated with anything bad girl, literally anything. It's just not for me. Again, if that's for you, cool. Like, I don't care. I genuinely do not care. And I think that's where people are getting confused. So that was a whole other can of worms. But yeah, people, I am just training because I want to be healthier. I want to be more fit as I'm making cookies. Oh my gosh. I feel like we're having a girls' night in. Like I should have titled this girls' night in, but I'm not going to because this is a Christmas video. But I moved right next door to the coolest girl ever. She's so sweet. Her name is Maggie, and I trained with her. Like I met my trainer through her, and she's so stinking sweet. She's just such like a good energy. I don't know if like you guys know what I'm talking about, but you know, like when somebody is just like, you just like being around them because they're just like such a good energy. Like that's how she is. And so it's so cool that she lives like right next door to me. Like not even right next door. So we both have corner units. So we share one corner of the building, which is like really cool. Can't wait for you guys to meet her. You're gonna love her as much as I do. Actually, she's probably gonna laugh if she sees this. I was feeling really down last week and I wasn't eating. And that's just what I do when I'm, you know, spiraling. So I told her, like, she knew what was going on. Like, she had invited me over to dinner one night so I could eat. And then she was out one day. She's like, hey, like, I'm going to stop for a salad. Do you want something? And I was like, yeah, you know, that'd be great. And she was just getting me to eat. But she came here and dropped off the salad. And as she was leaving, I was like, bye, love you. And I was like, oh my gosh, I've literally known this girl for like 2 weeks. So I'm like, what a fucking freak. She's saying I love you already. Like, wow. Too much too soon, but it's okay. Okay, so now we're gonna pop. Oh, I swear to God, if I drop that. Cookies, look like. Maybe this is thumbnail material. Maybe I should like. Okay, fingers crossed these are good and they come out good. In Jesus' name we pray. Do these look done to you guys? I don't know. No, I don't know. I mean, these don't look bad. I want to taste it. These are not bad at all. These are actually really good. You definitely like taste the sweet and the salty, which is nice. We did it. Oh, that was really good. Whatever bite I just took was really good. I love how every bite is different. Okay, you guys, I'm all done. These are the trash cookies. I think they look so good. I don't know. I think somebody has to taste test them. My taste has been off since I had COVID, so I don't know what's going on, but hey, they look pretty good. And you guys can't taste them, so you have no idea. But that is all I have for you guys for today. Thank you so much for watching. Happy Vlogmas, and I will see you in the next one.